Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood, and I'm more here to do a video, sort of a rant slash topic video about there not being no Dark Shadows, a new product on television or even on the big screen. And I know people probably get sick of me sort of complaining, and I'm not trying to complain really. My big issue is you have a lot of television shows out there that have all the elements of a Dark Shadows. You have a Discovery of Witches. You have Nosferatu. Even American Horror Story has supernatural elements in it in their seasons. So I think Charmed got brought back. Um, and CW just they're getting ready to bring back The Lost Boys as a TV series. If you've seen the movie The Lost Boys, you know what it is. Again, a lot of Dark Shadows elements. So my complaint is, if you're going to have shows out there that have Dark Shadows elements or feel like Dark Shadows, and why not bring Dark Shadows back as a new series? Why not make a movie? That's sort of where my complaint begins. It's not that the product can't work, because we've seen Nosferatu works, a Discovery of Witches works. Um, I've even said the unaired pilot of Dark Shadows looked like Supernatural prior to Supernatural, and the show Supernatural had Dark Shadows elements. So again, the product has to be new. That's what the product has to and needs to be. Again, you can't rehash the same old stuff and expect it to work. But at this other end of the token, you have to give the new product a chance. So, are they worried that if a new product was created or came out, that people wouldn't get behind it? Because here's the thing: while Nosferatu and A Discovery of Witches has Dark Shadows feel, it both shows in itself are new product. I mean, they're not Dark Shadows, they just have elements of Dark Shadows. So that goes to show you the DS audience, for my money, is ready for a new product. They want a new product. Give them a new product. Give us something new. Give us something. I mean, look, I know we got the documentary about Dan Curtis's career, and I love that. Look, Dan Curtis created Dark Shadows, and I love him to death for it. I mean, I fell in love with Dark Shadows hard, and it's something I won't let go of, as long as I'm alive. But I do feel that if you're not going to do Dark Shadows, and I don't know whether it's Warner Brothers, and I can't see it being Warner Brothers, and I'm going to get into why, or if it's Jim Parsons or whoever, or Pearson, whatever his name is. But my thing of it is, if it's Warner Brothers slash CW, then why are they doing? Why have they done shows that have Dark Shadows feels? Why I can't believe that you have a product like a Dark Shadows or any product in general, and you're doing nothing with it. You are. I mean, that's what's going on. Say what you want to say. There is literally Dark Shadows is literally in. I won't say it's in park, but I'll say it's been stuck in neutral a really long time. It feels like we're in park. It feels like we're just going nowhere because I've said the revival wasn't bad, but the revival rehashed some of the old stories. They did make some changes that were good, and I've pointed out those changes. But there too, I feel the biggest mistake they made outside of the 2012 movie was the unaired pilot. The unaired pilot was going. I watched that twice, and it was going right back to 1795. Now, whether they would have used that year or not, because they did change the year in the revival, I believe. But I do feel, again, you can't rehash the same old, same old, same old. You can't keep rehashing the same old characters. I do feel, again, it's just time for a new product. It's time for a new Dark Shadows. It's time to do something with it. And I don't know what they're waiting for. Are they, my big questions, and look, you can watch this video, tag whoever to get this out there. And my questions are why? Why isn't nothing being done? I mean, here's what I'll say where I've often used Twilight as an example. You had to know that Twilight, while not loved by the horror audience, and I'm a member of that as well, and I did not love Twilight, Twilight had its own following. And you had to realize its popularity was, I think, a lot of the reason a Dark Shadows movie got done. Also, another reason was because Johnny Depp was a fan and he wanted to do a Dark Shadows movie. And I've often said for a movie to get done again, for like a brand new movie, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it here again. I dare say it's going to take a big name to throw their hat in the ring to get another Dark Shadows movie over. Whether there are those who want that or not, I know some people just say they want a new series, not necessarily a movie. I want either or. I either want a movie or a series, and we all know popularity of a series can lead to a movie. Look at the original Dark Shadows. Its popularity led to a movie. Actually, 3 if you count all of them, though none are canon with the series. Look at the Flintstones. Look at the A-Team, after years and years. So television success can lead to a movie. They're Ghost in the Shell is an example, even though it took years and years. So there is success in television. There is success in having a television show because it can get so popular it can become a movie. I know that, and I think a lot of other DS fans know that as well. And I think just fans of any product know this. If something becomes that popular, it's eventually going to go to the big screen, even if it starts on the small screen. Again, for a movie standpoint, I just think you're going to have a big name thrown in, like a Quentin Tarantino, or as much as I don't like him, I know he's a fan though. But Rob Zombie, somebody's going to have to throw their name in this, the way Johnny Depp did. Say what you want about the 2012 movie, and I don't like it. I don't even love it. There are good performances in it, but it's going to take another big name to get a movie. Now, as far as a series to me is going to be, again, up to Jim and Warner. That they are the ones who have to take the leap of faith. Okay, we want to get this product out finally again. We want to see what a new Dark Shadows would look like, and that's going to be, I think, their decision overall. But what I would say is, and here's where I know I might get some heat, if you're not really even thinking that process about a new series, about a new product, then you need to give it to somebody who's going to. And I know how that's going to sound. It's going to sound arrogant and ignorant, and I'm not trying to come across arrogant and ignorant. I'm just telling you how I feel. If you're not at least thinking that here and now, or even prior to me saying this. And I, again, it shouldn't take a video by someone like me or anyone else for them to even be thinking this. They should have been thinking this, long before 2012. They should have been thinking about this way before or even forward. They should have been thinking about this years and years ago. They have to know what's going on outside of their bubble, outside of their world of, okay, this is working on television, this is working here, this is working there, and it all has elements of what we do, of what Dark Shadows did. So that's what I mean by, you know, you can't tell me they don't know. That's what I'll say. You can't tell me that who's in charge of Dark Shadows right now doesn't know what's working out there, because if they are, they need to crawl out from under their rock and do see what's working out there so they can get a new product out there, so they can, give a chance to whoever they want to give a chance to. And that's what I'll say, that for me, you really need to pay attention to what's going on, because I feel, again, in my opinion, are they? I don't know. That's sort of, I wish I would know. That's maybe where you might want to contact the Collins Sport Historical Society and ask them. Are the people who are in charge of Dark Shadows, Jim Pearson or whatever, Parson, whatever his name is, or Warner, they got the Warner Brothers has the film rights, the movie rights. So that's why I mentioned them. But are they paying attention to what's going on out there? And for me, Warner Brothers, the answer would be yes. Because why are you bringing back Lost Boys if you're not? Why are there other shows? I mean, granted, they're not on Warner, but you can't tell me Warner Brothers doesn't know about Nosferatu, that Warner Brothers doesn't know about A Discovery of Witches, that, they don't know about those things, because I would call total bullshit. Um, I really think, again, and I'm going to reiterate this, they really need to see what's out there if they don't know, which I think they do, and decide on what they want to do with Dark Shadows. Whether they want to peddle a new product out there or not. And I really think that decision needs made. I'm not saying it's not getting made. I'm not saying it's not being thought of. It just feels that way from my standpoint, that it's not. So that's my opinion, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment, please subscribe, and have a good one. Have a good Michael Myers Monday, guys.